In this video, I will show you how to develop an application with Scilab. It starts in your Scilab environment. I will first look into the data that I stored in my file by browsing in the file browser. And I'm going to start by opening this script here. I can lock the text editor called Scilab in my Scilab environment by doing so. The first lines here will basically enable to import the data with a function called UI_getFile that will select a file through specific browser, and CSV read that will import the file selected with UI_getFile in my Scilab environment. I am going to simply execute this file, and you will see how I can, through this UI_getFile browser, select the sensor data that I want to leverage for this application, opening it, and then it directly plots the result in a figure. So basically, here I wrote a simple algorithm that will extract the pressure data out of this file, and that will plot the results with linear regression. Now, what I want to do is to develop an application that I can distribute afterwards, developing a graphical user interface. Here, with this simple script, I will show you how the Scilab language enables to develop graphical user interface. Here, with these simple commands, I created a window of this size, calling it my interface. And with this function UI control, well, I define a button which is called call my script, and it's calling the previous function, the previous script regular. So when I click on it, well, it's triggering the previous script that I just showed you. So this is the basics of developing graphical user interface in order to have a complete application written in Scilab with both algorithm and graphical user interface. Now that I showed you how to develop this, I'm gonna simply load a complete application that I wrote based on those principles. Here, it's basically doing the same, selecting out of a pick list data that I can then plot of pressure, temperature, and wind velocity. And here, by clicking on regression, it's also computing the linear regression of those data. I can select the time periods that I want to represent, and here afterwards select validate the trend. So basically, this is how we can develop a complete application in Scilab, and I can show you quite quickly afterwards how it would look like as a web application. So this is a desktop application that you can share with your colleague, but by subscribing to Scilab Cloud, you can also deploy those applications directly through the web without having to distribute any desktop code. So this is the exact same application. Here I'm selecting the data from Orly Airport, and here exactly the same application. Yeah, so